Hi, I'm Vince, and your magic product might be about to get even more expensive. Look, I'm not here to be super doom and gloom, and I'm not here to fearmonger either. Just a bit of news that I found interesting when I was scrolling through the internet today, and, well, over the course of the last couple of months. I'd seen some stuff in the 3D printing space to do with Kickstarters and products that were going to give you a lot of models in your hands. If you don't know, I'm super into wargaming and 3D printing now, as well as all this luxury cardboard. Anyway, I'd seen some reports that freight costs were going up, and this was causing already Kickstarted or crowdfunding board games and model collections to have to reach out and ask for more money from the people crowdsourcing them. Saw this maybe a month or so ago, didn't think much of it. We're in a very weird time, in a weird world because of the pandemic, right? Well, Dicebreaker.com just also wrote about this today. I do recommend you check out Dicebreaker. They've got a great YouTube channel and a website. They're a UK-based board game, RPG, tabletop gaming organisation, and they do some good shit. Their writer Chase Carter has noticed that Hasbro CEO Brian Goldner and CFO Deb Thomas have explained some interesting things in their quarterly earnings call with investors a few days ago. In that call, Hasbro were quite open about the fact that freight costs will be affecting them in some way. While other factors positively influence gross margins, freight and input costs are significantly higher this year than last. One example is ocean freight costs, where we are projecting on average the cost will be more than 4 times higher than this year versus last. As Brian mentioned, they go on to say, we're implementing price increases during the third quarter, which is, I guess, now, right? That should be fully realised by the fourth quarter, which is in time for Christmas. We expect this to offset the rising costs in freight commodities. And this is again in another section where they talk about we successfully established price increases that go into effect during the third quarter and provide an offset to the rising input and freight costs in the business. I did a bit of Googling and a little bit of looking around to why freight costs are so in flux and on the way up. Thinking.com had an article that I'll link in the description below that talks about how there's no real short-term solution to it. There's congestion, there's varying levels of demand from different countries opening up and closing again because of the pandemic. All in all, they mention how toys and other goods similar to that, which is, you know, your Magic the Gathering, your board games, your miniature sets and stuff, have gone from like a 5% cost to their shipping and freight costs and stuff, up to around 20% on average. Again, I'll put the link to that in the description below if you want to try and learn a bit more about this unforeseen circumstance of the global pandemic. So what does this all mean for us? Well, it's not very clear yet. As Dicebreaker also noted in their article, we don't really know yet. We haven't seen a price hike literally or spoken about publicly by Wizards of the Coast. And you've also got to bear in mind that there's no MSRP. That has been gone for a long, long time. So really, if we keep an eye on like what the Amazon pricing is like and what stores are buying it at, then we might start to see or understand what this price hike might look like. It is interesting, though, that obviously these freight costs are being pushed onto the consumer. Obviously, that makes sense for smaller companies that just can't swallow the costs, especially people who've just kickstarted their first ever designed board game or miniature collection or whatever. But when it's like Hasbro Wizards, who just made like close to $1 billion in net revenue or whatever the fuck it was last year, it's kind of frustrating to see the consumer get stung for it. And the other concern, I guess, is that Magic's price has gone up in terms of like what the high end or even the middle ground of a set's release cost is. We've had VIP boosters in the past. We have the most expensive collector boosters we've ever seen with Modern Horizons 2. And this price spike just might further push that to be something that is just exhausting to deal with in the long term. Exactly where this will put us, I do not know, but I thought it was interesting and something to put on people's radars. There may be people out there who understand this stuff better than me, because this is not my area of expertise. This is more of just a news video to address it. The other thing that I did find on my little read about all this from the ing.com article as well was that there's a flood of new container capacity that will ease pressures, but not before 2023. Essentially, these companies have had such an increase in demand for some things that they are, spending the money to get the infrastructure built up to have better freight containers going forward, more space to transport things across the ocean. However, this stuff will not affect till 2023. I do find that interesting in the fact that if we have a price spike now because of this to offset these costs and put it on the consumer, and I guess ultimately if we keep buying, it makes sense for the company to do that, right? But I wonder if freight costs will come down again in 2023 or later as these companies expand the pipeline or the funnel in which they can transport these goods, and then the price just never goes back down, because prices never go down, right? They always go up. Either way, if you know more about this than I do, let me know in the comment section below. Have you been stung by a kickstarted board game that you've then had to pay more for later because the freight costs went up, up, up? Are you a store owner who knew this was coming? Have you seen this in your allocations of product from your distributors and it's costing you more? Let me know in the comment section below. Or if you have a real in-depth information, you can always email me at PleasantKenobi@gmail.com as well. I've been Vince, a little bit of a news ditty, something I thought might be interesting to the general population of Magic the Gathering. Hope I did not monger any fear with that first opening line. Anyway, I've been Vince, be good to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.